Hello. Oh my god. It is currently 9:01 at night, obviously. I'm in a tent, as you can see. There's not much to see, but I'm in a tent and I have just done the first half of my first ever solo hike, overnight hike. That's why I'm in a tent. I'm in a tent. It's pouring outside. I don't like the way I'm talking. Oh, how do I stop? Oh. You might be wondering, why am I doing this alone? Or maybe you're not wondering that at all. I just wanted to answer the question. Well, first reason, I haven't done anything dangerous in a while, so this was the closest thing I could think of. No, there are definitely more dangerous things I could do, but dangerous slash safe, on the safe side, I think this was okay. And second, I'm actually really lonely. It's New Year's Eve, and there was no one else I wanted to spend it with. So I thought, you know, let's just spend it alone. And I think oh my gosh, ooh, that lightning was crazy. And the thunder's coming. As I was saying, what I've learned through my many years of solo traveling is that when you're alone and you feel lonely, as soon as you make it into an adventure for yourself, the loneliness disappears. And it's honestly a miracle. No, it only works for short periods of time. And when it does work, it's quite magical. So this evening, I'm going to be reflecting on the past year with you. I'm kidding, I don't know who you are. I'm just talking to a camera, but I gotta pretend I'm talking to a person because I feel so uncomfortable. But I am talking to a person because if you're watching this, you're a person, and I just feel so incredibly uncomfortable talking to a camera because I'm very, very camera shy. It's my first time, you know. And I've done this take also 50 times to the point where I don't really kind of stopped giving a crap about this making sense. So yeah, here we go. I've asked my best buddy ChatGPT to give me some questions to answer, and I've written them down on this notebook, and let's do it. Okay, first question. What did I learn about myself that I didn't ask to learn? So for me, the first thing that comes to mind is that I am a rude person, especially this year.
I've been a very rude person. I wasn't always like this. Growing up, I was very timid, shy, and very self-conscious. And I wasn't a people pleaser, but I did want people to like me because I didn't know how. I didn't know how to make people like me because I didn't speak. But you know, over the years, some character development happened, and I also read How to Win Friends and Influence People. That helped a lot. And at some point, I became so confident at making people like me that I felt like I didn't care about making the people I didn't like me, if that makes sense. Because when I was solo traveling, I really experimented with making people like me, and I felt like I knew how to make someone like me even if I didn't like them. And I guess what I also learned was that when you want to make someone you don't like you, that costs energy. And because I felt like I could do it so well, I was like, yeah, you know what, fuck everyone I don't like they don't deserve my energy, unless they're paying me. Like when I was snowboard instructing, I was like, oh, you know what, if you're paying me, like I'll make you happy. But unless I could see something I could gain from them, I really didn't care anymore, and I became very rude. And I wasn't even bothered to be polite. So, for example, if I was in a bad mood, I didn't care that I had that mood on my face, and it would bring down the mood of, or the atmosphere of the room. I didn't give a crap. And yeah, that's not right. That's very self-centered. And yeah, I think that's something I would like to slowly, not slowly, I can change that immediately. I just gotta give a crap again. But how? Okay, second question. I think this might help me answer the how. So, what type of tired am I carrying, and what do I need instead? So, I think I'm very tired of getting to know new people. And, you know, getting to know someone new could be the most interesting thing that happens in a day. But I think when that happens for you, like almost every single day for 3 years, and not just that, like not having someone who knows you around you, or to be consistently around you, it gets tiring. Because yeah, I guess for the past 3 years I felt like, of course I know I have people in my life who know me very well, but they're not around me physically, and the people I'm around don't know me. And so when you're constantly having to reintroduce yourself over and over and over again, it becomes not very fun. And again, unless I meet someone who I found really interesting, which is quite rare, then yeah, it's quite tiring. And what do I need instead? I feel like I need to recharge. So I think that means being around people who do know me for longer periods of time. I honestly, like, the longest time I spent in one place has been 4 months, 5 months. And I think, or maybe just living a regular life. I don't know if life can ever be regular for me anymore, to be honest. But I think just having some sort of consistency or routine so that it's refreshing again to meet new people rather than it being, I don't even know what to call it, draining. But yeah, that doesn't. Oh fuck! Next question. What was it again? Yeah. What am I afraid to want out loud? I want to be a YouTuber. I think growing up I spent a lot of time watching my favourite YouTubers like My Johnny, Best Dressed, who else? Leah's Field Notes, and I can go on and on, but they've all shaped me in some way, and I think, well, it's basically TV, right? And you get to be the star of it, so that's mostly what I know. But I think you get the opportunity to shape people's lives by sharing yours, and that's something I want to do. It's a hair in my mouth. And I thought about, why I became a teacher in the first place as well. And one of the reasons for that is because because teachers in my life have changed my life through just encouragement, or just something they said changed the way I thought completely, the way I thought about myself. And I wanted to be able to do that for other people. And I feel like YouTube is a platform for you to reach so many people. You're able to, if you do well, you're able to change so many lives. I know the YouTubers I've watched have changed mine, or inspired me to do so much. And yeah, I think I want to do that for other people as well. Okay, we're on a roll. The next one is, what do I want to practice becoming rather than achieve? It's really bright. I want to practice becoming better at improvising in every single way, because I fucking suck at it so hard, to the point that at this point I'm recording, I'm so tired of speaking already, because I've retaken like every shot like 20 times, and it's really not necessary, and it's made me so tired now that I can't be bothered speaking. But I'm just gonna keep doing it. I've decided, like, I might not even upload this anymore, because the perfectionism is getting to me. Every time I look at the camera, I'm like, fuck, I don't
I don't look good. I haven't picked a good angle. But, you know what? This is not for other people to see anymore. It's just me. And so what I want to say is just let go, man. Just let go. There's so much wasted energy on wanting something to be perfect when that, not that it doesn't exist, but I think it's ruining the process for me. It's not allowing me to be spontaneous and to go with the flow. It's crushing. I didn't get to say most things I wanted to say because I don't have the energy anymore. And in the end, I wasn't able to showcase my best self because I got trapped. Got trapped in a loop of, I don't even know what to call it. A loop of, I felt like I was just wasting time, to be honest. No, it's not wasting time. I'm figuring it out. I want to be better at this. I want to be able to talk without thinking a million other things. I want to be able to just listen to myself and not second guess or think that there was something better to say. It all sounded better in my head. When I'm talking to myself in my head, I'm like, fuck, that's beautiful. When it comes out of my mouth, something different. I think same with when I'm playing piano, or I was gonna say dancing, but dancing's so new that like, yeah, I guess I also overthink when I overthink, like, it's not good. But yeah, I think I need to stop focusing on the end goal of what things should sound like or look like, or what my perfect idea of it was, and just let go, let it be what it is in the moment. And yeah, that's something I want to strive towards in the coming year. Oh, it's still recording. Okay, let's go. Okay. Next question is, by the end of next year, what do I hope to be, or what do I hope to feel different inside of me? I would like to feel more at ease with what I don't have and be grateful for what I do have. I feel like, especially this past year, wherever I was wishing to be somewhere else, or I was missing someone else. And of course I am grateful for the people who are what I'm with in the moment, but I felt like this desire for things to be different was stronger, maybe. And I realized, well, I not just realized, I think I've known, but I find it hard to accept that I just can't have it all at once. And I wonder if people who haven't traveled feel this way or just stay in their hometown. But I guess I feel like my heart is scattered everywhere, all over the world, on the other side, here. And I just have to be okay with that. It's something I think I find really hard to be okay with. I guess I constantly feel lonely in some way, that constantly there's something missing. If I'm home, I'm missing Fabio. If I'm with Fabio in Italy, I'm missing my friends and family back home. I miss Abby as well. Life, I wonder if life will ever feel complete or whole. If I can find a way to feel that even when the people I love are far away from me. I'm not sure if I can fully find it, but I do hope I will feel more at ease with it somehow, as I am very lucky to have all these people in my life, and to have, just to have so much. But for some reason I just let my loneliness consume me. I let I don't know. Okay. I've got 3 minutes until midnight. Oh, I should sit up. Last 3 minutes of the year. Should I give a little speech? I feel like this honestly hasn't been my favorite year. I don't remember too many times I was happy. But let's try to name a few. I think the first time I felt like Fabio was vulnerable with me. I think that moment I felt more sure than I was before. I wanted to be with him. I was happy. That was a happy moment. Seeing my friends again, even though I know things have changed. Man, I'm struggling. This was not a I feel like, this wasn't my best year, but I think I learned a lot this year. I saw versions of myself I'm not proud of and I didn't know could be there. I don't know. I don't know how I would sum up this year. I think it's the end of I would like to think. Oh, it's midnight now, so Happy New Year. We're in 2016, not 16, 26. I Yeah, thank God this year's over. Fuck me. I don't want to say I didn't enjoy the year because, like, that's pretty sad. But I think I struggled a lot this year. I think I was struggling with a new type of loneliness that I didn't really want to deal with. Whereas I think in the previous other years when I was traveling, that was like voluntarily, I like voluntary loneliness, where I wanted to go through it. I was welcoming it. But this year it wasn't. I think it was something I wanted to stop. I'm like, I'm done being lonely. Like, I just want to be around people I love. And it's also different in ways I just never anticipated. And I feel like I'm not grateful again, but I am. I promise I am. It's just, I don't know. I just need to stop complaining. But no, I'm grateful for how things have progressed this year, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited for next year, actually. I don't know exactly what's happening, but I do have some ideas, some plans. I'm excited to build little base for myself at mum and dad's. I think that'll make me feel a lot more grounded. There's lots of things I'm excited for, actually. I'm excited for Fabio to come to Australia. I'm excited to get to know Sydney in a way I've never known before. Building a community and getting to know people here that excite me. I'm excited to see what I am capable of doing in terms of my art, the things I want to create, the stories I want to share. The people I want to bring together. And I hope that in this year I am able to become more humble and compassionate and less of an annoying person to be around, because I felt like that was me this year. It's very needy and very I don't know, so many things that I don't want to be, but I hope next year I will be a better version of myself. I felt like, really, this year was not it. And I need to stop saying that. It's part of the, it's part it's part of growing, you know. There's ups and downs. You gotta embrace all the ripples, all the curves. And what else do I want to say? Good luck. I don't know why I said it like that, but best wishes. Okay, now I'm overthinking again. Maybe I should give a note to future self. And what did I say? To my future, to the future me a year from now. I don't know. Give me a second. Let me think. Okay, I got it. To future me. I hope that you are happy and not lonely. Like, I'm not lonely right now, but I was a lonely year. But I hope that you have found a place to be, and maybe it's not permanent, but I don't know, given yourself enough time to be around people you love and cherish them, and I hope you have grown. I hope you feel more comfortable with yourself improvising. I hope that I just hope you're happy, man. Stop being such an asshole to yourself, to people around you. Hope you're a bit less dramatic. I feel like I was pretty dramatic this year as well. Maybe I'm too many hopes now. There's too many hopes. I hope you start doing, but I'm going to give you more. I hope you start doing something with this YouTube thing that you've mentioned, that I've just mentioned just then. I hope it's something you become consistent with, not just this, but in everything. In language learning, I've started doing a little bit of that more these past few months, but I hope I get even more consistent and better at it, and incorporate it in more aspects of my life. Just keep growing, and I keep coming back to this, but be patient, be grateful. Yeah. God, I'm so bad at ending things. Okay. That's it. God. Okay, that's it. I need to go to sleep. Good night. Good morning. It's day 1 of the first day. What, I just repeated myself. It's day 1 of 2026. And I just woke up and I thought, you know, I might record my morning thoughts of the year, my first thoughts of the year. Apart from the dream I had, which was me yelling at my mum about needing to go vegan again, not very different to real life, but that burning passion is there and the conflict is there because I'm still eating meat. But anyways, apart from that, I feel great. I feel excited. I'm in a lot of pain. Physically, my back hurts a lot. My legs are very sore from the hike and carrying a 20-kilo child on my back. And I feel great about it. I haven't felt this sore in a while, and I think for me that's always a good sign. And I slept like a baby, very comfortably on this mat Billy gave me, but also yeah, I was just so tired, I knocked out, and yeah, for some reason woke up feeling just so refreshed and excited about this year when I thought about all the things I want to do when I get home, moving into the granny flat, making more videos as well. Again, I'm not sure if I'll upload this one, but I think just doing this made me remember how fun it was to record experiences. And yeah, I'm quite excited for everything that's coming this year, and I think it's more exciting because, again, I have some rough ideas of what I want to do, but I have no solid plans. It's very unpredictable at the moment, so I'm excited to see how it goes, what paths I will be taking, and yeah, that's it for now.
Before I pack up, I wanted to show off my setup, also because Mum kind of demanded it. But I found this cute little spot here, and I won't show you inside because it's really messy, but it's really nice because it leads straight down to the stream, and this is where I bathed yesterday. Like, it's a really nice spot. Yesterday there were actually quite a few people around. It's a big campground, and I was a bit annoyed about the, like, oh, I wanted to be alone, there's people, there's noise. But honestly, as soon as I set up my tent, it started pouring rain and thundering, and everyone was quiet after that, so I was like, oh yes, it still feels like I'm completely alone now, which is great. But yeah, it was a good time by myself out here yesterday and today. So I am fully packed and I've been walking for a bit, just thinking about how much I was complaining yesterday about just how hard, how hard solo traveling is, how lonely it is. But I also want to say that I'm fully aware of how privileged I am to be able to have, oh my gosh, my backpack's stuck. Fully aware of my privileges to be able to experience life this way, and I hope I don't lose anything. And yeah, I'm aware that most people can't just yeet from their lives and start doing whatever the fuck they want to do, so I'm very grateful. And I also want to share some of my good experiences whilst, being around in the world, moving from place to place. And one of the first or biggest reasons I had for wanting to do this was I felt like my life was becoming very predictable, that I could see exactly where I was going, the path I wanted to take, and honestly that scared me. Like, I was like, God, this is kind of boring. And I knew for me personally that that's not the life I wanted to live. I want it to be exciting, and I think a big part of that is the unpredictability of it. And I know I don't want my life to be unpredictable the whole time, but during that time when I was 25, that's what I wanted. And that was one reason, and fully tick that box of that experience. And the other thing was I wanted to experience the absolute ephemeral nature of life at its finest. And I think that was actually an experience that I didn't fully realize I was going to have. And it's painful. And you know, I love pain. I always sign up for things to do with pain. I love putting myself through these experiences. And yeah, but it's still like way more painful than I could imagine. Because I think with every good experience I had while I was moving around, it's always tied with the feeling of, okay, I love this, but it's not going to last. And that was something I had to learn to accept. But to be honest, everything in life is like that. I think when you're living in one place, not moving around, it's quite easy to forget that. You're in a routine, you are seeing the same people on most days, and maybe logically you know that things won't always be the same. You might not always be reminded of it, but when you're traveling, it's constantly there, because you know, you could fall in love with someone and you're like, well, I'm gonna leave them in literally a week. Just going through like really intense experiences all the time. It's like living life on cocaine, without actual cocaine. And it's a full-on roller coaster. And I think I was thinking about happy experiences. I think the most, during my first ski season, that was the first time I said out loud, this is the happiest period of my life. And I don't think that's something you say unless you actually feel it. Like, it's not something I ever imagined myself saying. And when I was feeling it, I was like, oh my god. And you know, even that happiness, it's not like it came to me for free. I spent 10 grand to do the instructor exam for snowboarding, and it was more stressful than the HSC, which is a high school certificate in Sydney. Didn't really care about that, but this, I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna pass? Like, I don't even know how to snowboard. It was so stressful. I was crying a lot, but I made it through. And even I think the people there at first, I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if I can get along with these people. Literally the only Asian there, and in Sydney I mostly hung out with my Asian friends and I wasn't very used to white people. So I was like, well, it was a different crowd, but it became the happiest period of my life because I ended up falling in love with all of them, and I was doing a job that I loved, even though it was causing me a lot of physical pain as well. It was very like taxing on the body, But yeah, I was so happy that thinking about it ending it made me so sad at the end again. I was like crying all the time. And I think that was my first experience of everything has an end. Nothing lasts forever. And even when you logically know that this like whole time, it's still just as, or if more painful to experience letting go. It's really easy to cling on, you know, to happy things, and yeah, you're constantly in a state of learning to let go of that. I was trying to talk about something happy, but it just went too sad again. But I think another thing I want to point out is another lesson I've learned is that happiness and sadness are just two sides of the same coin, and same with love and pain. I don't think you can love someone without feeling pain. That's a firm belief I have, because let's say you love someone, you end up living your whole life together, you don't break up, you will still feel that pain when they die. It's inevitable, and the more hurt I think you feel towards someone, I think it also means that you love them just as much. And I think that's the beauty of it, hey? That one cannot exist without the other. This duality of feelings. But anyway, so I'll also talk about some positive things I experienced through my loneliness. I think being alone was something I was always afraid of. I think because I spent a lot of time alone as a kid, I felt very lonely, and so when I finally had friends in uni, I was also like, oh, I can't stand being alone. Okay, I need to take off a layer. Okay, that's so much better. So afraid of being alone. My biggest fear was, and maybe still is to an extent, it's less of like a biggest fear now, but I was very scared of my husband dying before me, to the point where I would cry about it every few weeks, and I think got to a point where I was like, nah, I don't want to go through life with this fear, like fuck that. So that was another reason why I needed to solo travel. Just be completely alone and learn how to find happiness and contentment by myself fully. And there was a time where I lived in this countryside in rural Germany, and I was making music videos for a professional pianist, and I was learning from him as well, playing the piano, improvising. But during that time, apart from him, I didn't really talk to anyone or see anyone. I was mostly alone, making videos, hiking alone, just doing everything alone. And I think during that time, I think that was like a new thought that came to me whilst I was doing everything alone, was that like, shit, like, I think I could be a single mom. Like I felt so empowered then to know that I was capable of doing everything alone, and to also be able to feel happy and accomplished on my own. And what point am I trying to make? But I think I discovered when you, like I was saying yesterday, when you make being by yourself into an adventure, yeah, you don't feel lonely, you just feel like the world is there for you to explore. But I'm gonna circle back to another sad experience, because I did say that this doesn't last for very long, because I think as human beings we are social beings and we need people. And so, you know, this alone experience was a really good one, and then after that I was doing another ski season in Austria, and that was lonely, because I was there for 5 months, and I tried to meet people, but I couldn't meet anyone that I, you know, like they're all party people who drank, and just that wasn't my vibe. I wanted a deeper connection, and I couldn't really find that there, even though, I don't know. Well, I did, but then other things happened. Anyways, it was lonely. And I wasn't just deprived of another human being knowing me and being there for me, but I was also deprived of just physical touch. I remember I did have this one friend who's a 19-year-old co-worker, but you know, he was also a bit of a party animal, but he would, oh shit, am I lost again? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to cross here. Little stream. Oh yeah, it's good. But yeah, he would once a week after work come out to ski with me, which was so nice. And on the chairlift, when we were on the chairlift, sometimes we would like touch elbows, and that would be orgasmic for me. So I'm like, oh my god, like I'm touching someone with my elbow. And it's actually someone I enjoy being around, and oh, it just felt so good. And yeah, I think that's when you know you're really missing just human to human contact. And honestly, the only thing that kept me sane there was snowboarding and eating 3 butter croissants. I sometimes had chocolate croissants, but I like the butter ones more. I would stuff 3 of those in my mouth each day at the breakfast buffet that I was working at. But yeah, that was also a different type of loneliness that I've never experienced, because apart from having not having deep connections with people, everything else was golden, you know. I had good ski for like 4 hours a day. I was living in a really nice place. I was cooking a lot, and I was still doing all the other activities that make me happy, like drawing, yoga, meditation. But yeah, it was very, very lonely. And there was one time that I was so sad. I took my yoga mat out. It was almost springtime then. I took it to like a big field in the grass, and I laid down, played some sad music, and I just cried for like 3 hours straight. and I was so tired I just fell asleep afterwards. And yeah, the times I cried by myself in the chairlift because I'm like, fuck, it's such a good powder day and I have no one to share this with. Like, it really made me think of the quote from the movie Into the Wild, where this man, goes into the wild by himself, and before he died, he wrote down, happiness is only real when shared. And I was really experiencing that I could, live in a way that made me really happy, but if I don't have someone to share it with, it all feels pretty meaningless. Not to say that applies to everyone, but I realize that applies to me. So that was a sad experience, but I'm honestly so grateful for it. I think it has really shaped me, and it's let me see a lot of things, different lives. I could honestly talk about this forever, but I think it's really important to value both your good experiences and your bad. I think they're equally as important in shaping you, and I think just being able to experience loneliness and its effects on you on so many different ways I don't know, it's so colourful how like one experience can make you feel so many different things, and these are different experiences, but this feeling of loneliness itself, it can put me in such a different mood, in different contexts, in different stages of my life. I think when I was open to it, and I think I was also able to go through all of it pretty sane, because I think I do have a very strong support network, even though they're not physically with me. I don't think I would have been able to just leave my home like that if I didn't feel like, everyone around me really loved me. I felt safe to come back to this, even though I'll be gone for so long. So what am I saying? I've lost my train of thought again. Okay, I've been walking for a bit more, and my thoughts keep circling back to my lonely experiences. I guess that's the theme of the video, probably. But I think thinking back to, I think maybe the first time I felt really lonely was when I was living in a caravan in a food forest for about 2 weeks. The only other person there was a French lady, but we couldn't really communicate, so we kind of kept to ourselves. But I think there I got so lonely, I started talking to myself a lot, out loud, and not just to myself, actually, to honestly anything and everything around me. And you realize you're actually not alone. So one time I woke up and there was a spider on my hand, and I used to be terrified of spiders. If I saw one, I'd scream, I'd freak the fuck out. But because I was so lonely, when I saw that spider on my hand, I was like, oh my gosh, hi, how are you? And I just didn't fear it like I used to. I think maybe also because like spiders in Australia venomous and not, I knew it wasn't overseas. in England anyway. But I was like, wow, you know, like it's another living being on me, touching me, sharing the air with me, breathing with me. And I started talking to trees, I started stroking them, hugging them. It sounds really sexual, but it's not really like that. But you know, I would compliment the flowers, telling them they look so beautiful today, and yeah, finding that harmony and connection with not just yourself but your environment. And the flip side of that is, I think, again, when I was in Austria, that ski season, it wasn't really a happy lonely. It was like, I was becoming a desperate lonely. And I was so desperate. I selected people I didn't necessarily find attractive. Was sleeping with people, didn't really feel like had a great personality, wasn't too nice to me. But yeah, again, because I was so desperate for human intimacy that I was like, you know what, anything will do. And of course, it's a very temporary satisfaction. It wasn't even satisfying, actually. It was like, even in the moments it felt bad, but I would do it anyway. And I think that's the flip side of loneliness. It can make you crave or cling onto things that aren't good for you. And also, just thinking back now, I'm talking to a camera, and I mean, right now I'm talking to a camera. Back then, I didn't even think of that as an option for some reason. And I'm like, oh, I kind of wish I did back then. Then I could have recorded my actual moments of being by myself. But I think I want to start doing that now, because it's really fun. To be able to talk to a camera. No, I think to be able to capture your thoughts and I'm finding this quite difficult. But even compared to yesterday, I feel a lot more comfortable. Just letting my stream of thoughts run, knowing that it's being recorded. Somehow that's really intimidating. But I think it's good practice. Because I think when we get stuck in knowing what to do or what to say, I think it's when we start to feel self-conscious and yeah, I just want to keep learning how to be more free. And wow, look at that. That's nice. And coming back to my last year's state of loneliness, that experience has also been quite different, because I think my first 2 years of being alone, they were voluntary, and this last one, I think I really was just ready to be with people who knew me, that loved me. So when I had to leave to do another season in Japan of snowboard instructing, I was really sad there, because I just wanted to be with my best friends. I didn't want to leave home. And then I also, well, I guess when I was visiting my partner, I was really missing home as well. And then now I'm home, I really miss my partner. And I've been doing long distance for like a year and a half now. And yeah, the beginning's also exciting, you know, to miss someone so much. That was also a new feeling for me. And yeah, I think now it's also gotten to a point where I'm like, oh, the missing is turning into a bit of pain, and I'll still try to embrace that. But I think I really miss, I think what I miss the most is being able to share your daily thoughts with someone, like even the mundane stuff. And I realize, like, with the lifestyle I'm living, I'm not sure at what point I'll be in a place where, or if there isn't, if even will be a point where I get to be around everyone I love in the same space. And I think I'll always have to be okay with just moving, and that means almost like experiencing life alone. Like, not all the time, but the experiences you're going through, it's not going to be fully shared with any person, because I'm going to be leaving and coming back and leaving and coming back, and I think the only person who will always be there with me physically is really myself. And you know, that's something I realized when I was traveling. I'm realizing it again in a different sense right now, as my life is going down this path. And I'm just reflecting on how I managed to live with myself quite contently within my first 2 years of traveling. And it's something I think I've sort of lost in this last year, which was when I was by myself. I became 10 different versions of myself. And just because I talked to myself so much, I would be, you know, I could be anyone. I could be a teacher, I could be a commanding officer, and an example of that would be, so my commander would yell at me 7 a.m. in the morning and being like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get up, you shithead! Do 10 push-ups for me right now!" And I'd be like, "Oh shit, yeah, okay." And I would say all of this out loud. And there are also versions of me where, you know, I was like a parent to myself, and I'm feeling really down and sad and tired. They would tuck me in, be like, "It's okay, you know, it's okay to cry. We'll get you in bed. You just go to sleep. It'll be better tomorrow." Or a teacher, just teaching myself things, encouraging me to push myself. Or being my own partner, we're going adventures together. And it was really cool to get to know all these different versions that existed within me. And when it was like that, it wasn't as lonely, because it really felt like I was with someone. And I think in this last year, where I was really craving, like, oh, I don't want to be all those versions all the time. I want someone to be there for me. And I think that's also valid, you know. It's like, you know, that when someone says like, oh, your partner can't be everything for you, right? That's sort of like, I think, in romanticism we're kind of taught to think that our partner should be able to embody everything or everyone we need in our lives, which is impossible. I think same, you can't always do that for yourself. So yeah, I think I was really craving that this year. But I think I need to bring it back a little bit, and maybe upgrade it as well with this camera. Or talking to a camera, because yeah, it feels a lot more interactive. Not really sure how to explain it. Holy shit, look at that. It's quite cold, but I am sweating from walking, so I don't know if I should swim. I think I kind of have to. I really hope no one walks past right now because I don't have clothes on. I'm back on track. So I did bring swimmers, but honestly, fuck that. But anyways, I think back to what I was saying before. I think I want to find new ways of being with myself, because yeah, I think I'm starting to realize the lifestyle I'm living, I really need to learn how to do it. And I feel like for me, when I'm alone, I really like creating, and I feel like talking to my camera could be a new form, you know, of being with myself, and so I have to like formulate my thoughts a bit, but being not just being by myself, but being that consistent person for myself, because I think that's what I've been really craving the past year, because every time I get, you know, close to someone and they're in my life consistently, it's not really consistent because I have to say goodbye to them in 2 months or whatever, and so that's constantly changing, and every time quite I think I've gotten used to saying goodbye, but it doesn't get easier each time. And yeah, I feel like if my camera was my consistent person, then I don't know. I don't know how it'll be. I don't know. I don't think it can completely replace what I want, but I think it could help. And I think it'll help me be able to, like I was saying before, share. Oh my god! I was misstepped. What am I saying? I need a second. Sorry, I just needed to concentrate on walking for a bit, but yeah, I think doing this will also help me be able to share my life with the people who love and care for me, and when I'm not there living life with them physically, I can also get a glimpse into my mind, my thoughts, my worlds. But to be honest, I don't know if anyone would want to spend so much time watching me. I feel like this video is already an hour long. Hello. Maybe only my parents would watch something like this, but I don't know, who knows, they spend a lot of time watching movies together, so maybe this can be like, you know, watching their daughter's life movie. What am I saying? So if you're watching this, Mum and Dad, hello. Wow, look at that. I love the colours. So I'm realizing this is becoming a very random video of me just blabbering. I think yeah, again, this is my first time talking to a camera, so I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, but I would like to think in the future I'll make some more videos that have a bit more of a direct purpose and some more structure, and it's not going to be like this rambling and just me walking through the bush. But you know, it's my first solo hike. I want to record my experience, because I feel it changing me, you know. Even from yesterday to today, I feel like I'm walking with a lot more conviction, with a lot more purpose, with a lot more direction, maybe. Time to eat some lunch. Actually at the same spot I was at yesterday. I recorded myself eating, but I didn't say a word. So I feel really different from yesterday. I feel like I'm comfortable talking to the camera. Not fully comfortable, but more comfortable. And yeah, I'm eating a peanut butter sandwich. From here on, it's gonna be a 900-meter ascension. I don't know if ascension is a word, but I will be ascending. When I got here yesterday, my legs were like jelly. I could barely stand, to be honest. Yeah, I'm really excited to go up. So I've been walking up for about half an hour now. And I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate the whispering of the trees, the misty skies. So grateful how cool it is today, because oh my god, if it was sunny I'd be dying. But on my way up, it was really nice, because I felt like it took a lot of like concentration just to be like, let's go. But I think after a while I started thinking about all the things I was excited to do, and making plans in my head, and I'm like, oh god, it's so hard to stay present, hey? But it's so nice when you can find that moment to be present in exactly what you're doing right now, instead of thinking of like, oh, what's next. So just want to take a moment to come back, because I'm really enjoying myself. I just found this leaf. I think it has a natural hole in it. Well, maybe it's not a hole. I think it's two leaves joined together. They're like conjoined twins. That's very special. I think I'm gonna keep it and use that as a bookmark. I keep looking up to see how much further I've got to go, but I realize every time I look up I stop walking, and I feel like That's a metaphor for life, you know? If you want to get somewhere, don't keep looking at the destination. Just concentrate on each step you take. I'm in a rainforesty area right now and just wanted to show you the moss. I love moss so much. Oh my gosh. And ferns. So beautiful. Oh. And just this little path here is so cute. Little bridge. Oh, so nice. Okay, so I made it out alive. Except my phone is out of battery, so I have no idea how I'm gonna get home without Google Maps. But and I'm on 1% now, so but yeah, I made it out. I will do another update when I'm home, hopefully. Hello, I am back from the wilderness. It's kind of funny because I think now that I am back in my room, it kind of feels like that whole thing was a dream. But no, it wasn't, and I did complete my first solo overnight hike, which I think before I did it felt like way more of a bigger deal than it does now. It felt pretty chill, actually, but yeah, I think it did impact me in some way. I think it was really interesting because the whole journey kind of, it felt like it was reflecting my attitude throughout last year and maybe my attitude towards this year as well. So when I was descending down the valley, I didn't feel too excited about this trip I'm making myself do. It felt more like a task that I had to complete, and it was more just like, oh, I just had to prove myself. And yeah, and I think because my mind was just, oh, I just have to complete it, I just have to get to the destination, it made the journey a lot less enjoyable. Much like how I was moving through life last year, where I kept thinking, oh, if I just get to that next destination, then I'll be okay. If I'm just with these people, I'll be okay. Which is like honestly like not even last year, but sometimes like even within my first year of travel, that's how I thought, or like as long as I get here then I won't be stressed, but then like it keeps going. It's a cycle that I think is really hard to break. Sometimes I break out of it for a little bit, but I go back into it. But no, it really dominated my year last year, where I felt like I just wasn't at my destination, and I probably put way too much focus on what I didn't have rather than what I did have. And because of that, I wasn't able to fully be in the present and enjoy the exciting things I was doing, because objectively they were still very exciting. And I think by the end I felt so heavy and tired, both in the year and the trip. Like when I got to the camp, I felt like I could just collapse and fall asleep. But also when I got to the camp, I was really annoyed that there were so many people around, that I could hear them, and so even though I got to the destination, it wasn't what I expected. And again, much in real life, like just like real life. This year I was so looking forward to the holidays and Christmas and New Year's, because
while I was traveling away, this was like every year I'm like, oh man, like I wish I was home, I wish I could be around the people I love. And now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, it's not what I expected. Things have changed and I feel lonely. I need to stop saying that because it sounds so lame, but yeah, it wasn't what I expected, and that got me quite down. And it's okay for things to change, and I think I was struggling with just accepting reality as it is, and yeah, focusing on what I didn't have when in reality I have a lot. So when I got to the base camp, feeling really annoyed, a storm came and washed away all the noise. And I know we shouldn't rely on external factors for our own peace of mind, but honestly, I'm so grateful for Mother Nature, for bringing in that storm and just washing away all the noise, because I think that gave me the space to reflect and just look at myself and talk to you, talk to my camera, do this thing, and made it feel really cozy and intimate. And not that I was fully like enjoying the moment either, because I did fuss over filming myself over and over again, but I think at the end I did find a little something, a little spark. And waking up, I actually felt so re-energized and just so excited again, which I really hope is my attitude towards this coming year, 2026. Because, yeah, with each step I took, I actually felt like I was lighter, and all I could hear was my heartbeat. And I think I really had this, just like, I really wanted to just go, go, go. Because I kept thinking about things I wanted to do, and I was really excited, but at the same time, I think I was also just trying to remind myself to be in the present as well. Because I think when our mind is, if it's always in the future, or if it's always in the past, like those things like don't like the future doesn't exist yet. The past is, it's the past, it's gone. The only real thing that's eternal is the present, and that's where everything exists in the moment. And so I think I would also like to find that balance of being grateful for everything I do have in the present, and just finding my stability here in this moment. And I think another thing, another reoccurring lesson is always, I think I like to look at the peak, the destination, and just think like, oh, how far do I have to go? And sometimes it's really hard to tell how far you actually have to go. You just see it really far. And again, like I think every time you're looking, you stop walking. And so I would like to do less of that and more of just focusing on each step I'm taking, so that I'm moving without worrying how far I am. And I think just finding that comfort in the unknown and in the uncertainty. And actually, I think what I feel like what I want, or what I envision, is really far. And I think maybe this year what I think I'm wanting, which is maybe to be able to post consistently on YouTube and try to grow this channel, is that I'm really, really afraid of failure. as most people are. And I think I do notice that I usually do go for things, and even if it seems ridiculous or a bit out of my reach, I still do have some sense of confidence that I can do it. And that's when I would go for it. I think this particular thing I'm going for is a little bit, it's beyond that. It's beyond my confidence. And so I feel really afraid. And yeah, I feel really afraid, but I know that just cannot be an excuse to not do something. And so I know this video is really shit. I don't think anyone, if you watched up to this point, thank you. I appreciate you so much. But yeah, I really debated if I would actually upload this whole, I don't know how long this vlog is now, more than an hour for sure. Yeah, I was really debating if I should upload it at all, because it's it's just me rambling, but I'll do it, and I will make better videos from here, hopefully. And I want to be able to focus my energy on really creating this year and just seeing where that takes me. And yeah, I will end the video here. Oh, I don't know how to end things. I feel like I should have something more, I don't know, something cooler to say to end the video, but I don't, so I will end it now. Bye bye, and thank you again for watching.